All right, welcome everybody. So today we're going to walk through another Nintex Workflow Cloud AssureSign scenario, and this one came up actually when I was talking to a client about a POC that we are going to put together for them. The scenario was we would collect some information on an initial form. These guys were a trust company, so they would do trusts and everything like that for businesses and people. So we'd collect some information about the trust and who it was going to go to and all that information on the initial form. This task form that you're seeing on your screen right now would get sent out to someone in their legal department. Now we only had 3 documents here that they could choose from. I believe they had 10, 15 different documents that could be selected from to generate the actual trust packet that would get sent out. We just did 3 as the proof of concept, just to kind of prove that our what we were proposing was going to work. But basically, what we want to do, or the scenario is, we would select the documents here that would be generated into the packet using document generation, the Nintex document generation action and workflow. And then based on the documents that were selected here, and it could be any combination of those documents, we want to make sure that we're getting the correct amount of signatures on the actual document that gets sent out. So without knowing how many signatures we're going to need ahead of time, we couldn't kind of hard code that into our AssureSign template. So we kind of have to generate those signature Jotblocks on the fly. And we're going to show you kind of how I did that with our templates and everything like that here today. So let's say I wanted to select these first 2 out of the 3, and we'll just go ahead and generate our packet here. All right. So I am going to include a link to this support page in my blog post that I put up about this as well. Shout out to John Armstrong, who was working on this, kind of was looking at it with me. He kind of pointed me into this direction. I was looking at something else as well, but he kind of pointed me here that we actually can create Jotblocks kind of on the fly using embedded tags in our templates here. So we followed something very similar to this right here. Let me pull those up and show you what the tags we actually used look like, or the tags that I put in my templates look like. Now, I had 3 different templates that I could choose from there. So I have my first tag, second, and third tag. So I just call them sign 1, sign 2, sign 3. You could get a little more creative in your naming there if you like, based on the name of the template or whatever you like. The input type, if it's certified or not. And in this scenario, the document that gets sent out to get signed is being signed by the same person. So it's a single signer document. It's not, we're not sending it out to multiple signees. So I pulled the email address from the initial form that was submitted. Now this is a document generation tag from the Nintex document generation action. Not going to go into that in this demo here. There's plenty of demos and posts out there about how document generation works and the Nintex document tagger. But that's what this tag is. So we're dynamically pulling the email address for the signer into the actual tag as well. So that's basically replacing this, where you see that hard-coded right there, the John Doe at AssureSign. I'm replacing that with my tag from the Nintex document tagger. And then I took those tags. Let me pull up one of my templates here. And you'll see right here is where I want that person to sign. And we just place that tag right there. And what's going to happen is when AssureSign renders this template, it is going to generate this signature tag right here kind of on the fly. Because I don't have a signature Jotblock in the actual template, which I'll show you here in just a second, the AssureSign template. It is going to use this embedded tag in my document generation template to actually render that signature Jotblock. So let's take a quick look at AssureSign here, what that looks like, and we'll talk about what our template looks like over here. Now, if you've seen any of the other blog posts about AssureSign and NWC, You'll know that in a couple of those other ones, we did use the signature Jotblocks, the initials Jotblocks, and things like that as we were building out those templates. In this case, we want to generate those kind of on the fly. We still have to have a template, still have to have at least one Jotblock on it. So what I did is I used the fixed text down here on the right-hand corner. Just drug that out here on the template, and that's the only Jotblock we're going to put on here. And you'll notice I have the word hidden typed in there. And if we actually open the configuration panel on this, it's not required. So we don't want the user to actually have to interact with this at all. And it is hidden. And I just typed hidden in the text field, and I just called it hidden text. So when this template renders with the document that got sent over to AssureSign, it is going to not render this Jotblock at all, so you won't even see that. The user won't even see that. It's just going to render those signature tags that we placed in our templates and render those signature Jotblocks on the fly. So let's take a look at what that looks like. I just got the emails over here for signature here. And let me grab one of those and we'll start our signing process here. Give me just a second for that to open. And so, as you've seen in some of the other blog posts, we just have to agree to the terms and conditions. I can click start signing. I could draw my name in here if I wanted to. I'm just it pulled over my name from the get a signature action in Nintex Workflow Cloud. So we passed that over. And I'm just going to adopt that signature. Now you'll notice here, let me point out right here, that it's saying we need signature 1 of 2. So that is correct. So we want 2 signatures because we selected 2 documents in that first task form that you saw me fill out. So that is correct. We have the right number of signatures here. Had I selected all 3 of those documents, or had I selected 1 of those documents, we would have seen 1 of 1 or 1 of 3, just depending on the number of documents we selected there. You'll notice it rendered the signature Jotblock where I put that tag. I need to format that just a little bit better, but you get the idea. So it formatted, or it rendered our Jotblock here for us. So I can sign that. And now it scrolled down to the second one, and automatically rendered that signature Jotblock for us there, 2 of 2. Once I sign that, we now have a completed and signed document here, and that was based on the number of documents selected in that task. So like I said, that could be more than just the 3 that we used in our POC. You could have 5 or 10 that you're selecting from. You would just have to create the tags that would correspond to the amount of templates you need in the document generation action, and set those where you want the person to sign in those templates as it gets generated out, and then pass that over to AssureSign, where you just have a hidden field on your template in AssureSign, and it kind of overwrites that template, and you get your signed document. So the nice part about that is you don't have to know how many signatures you need ahead of time in order to get that to work correctly. So hope that was helpful, and hope you guys have a great day.